BBW from the Dove commercial crushes.
Whoa! Yo, who is that?
If you know the 40k lore, this video will probably give you an aneurysm. Hello,
I
Pimps.
do.
How are you? Fantastic. Do your peaches look like mine? No. Can they look like mine? Yes. Should you play BOLTGUN? I don't know. Do you like the orgasmic sounds of heretical purging? Do you want to grow peach fuzz down to the floor from firing 250 consecutive heavy bolter rounds? Of course you do. Swan dive into the best night of your life. So, Pimps, should you buy BOLTGUN?
Yes. Yes, you should, bro. It's a really, really fun game.
Tell me.
My love of the Imperium is matched only by my hatred of the heretic.
BOLTGUN is the ultimate boomer shooter that will fuzz your peaches in no time due to the sheer riz per dollar that they pack into this beautiful little game. It's the TRT injection of pure
Testosterone what?
riz per dollar that they pack into this beautiful little game. It's the
Testosterone therapy, potential benefits and risk as you age.
TRT injection of pure gore, chain swords, heavy bolters, and melta-guns that break the goddamn space-time continuum with how hard they hit. Did you go to the doctor recently only to have them tell you that your low energy may be caused by a rapidly decreasing swimmer count? Well, play this game and you'll have more spunk in you than a can of Red Bull. Medical fact! And for the Zoomer generation, consider this game...
Bro, if that's true, you gotta get this game. If that's true, you gotta get it. It's like literally
a second dose of Adderall for the day because, as it would turn out, the ultimate stimuli is flying down a mine shaft and crushing nerdlings harder than that BBW from the Dove commercial crushes.
Whoa! Yo, who is that?
Big Macs. But I'm not talking about the great unclean one just yet. I'll bitch about that thing later. Let's kick this off by talking about the story. I did not realize there was one. I was so...
You didn't realize that 40k had lore? Oh my god.
Amped up from all the heretical purging that my eyes were glazed over during the cutscenes as I watched back the tapes of the Emperor's work being done in my mind. People think being a space marine is all about purging, but in reality, it's also about studying.
The game of crushing the very souls and the very thoughts within those souls so that not even a heretical corrupted thought can find its way to the Emperor. Ensuring I crush the heretics so hard that not even the smell of disobedience to our creed wafts into the Emperor's nose. Saying, obliterating their bodies so hard that not even any memory of the heretic will live on.
Fact. 100%.
We do it all for her, the
The
Emperor.
Emperor? Who? Who is that?
As I was saying, let's talk about the one thing I absolutely love about this game is the Kool-Aid waterfalls of blood that fly out of every enemy. It adds another level of complete cellular destruction that I expect from a Space Marine mad lad, and that extra level of misting enemies is exactly the level of immersion I want in every Space Marine game. Hell, I want it in every game. Because, I mean, just look at this.
Man, you can't tell me that's not a fun game.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Moving on, let's talk about
the guns are clunky and heavy. Like, it's so fun. It's so fun, bro.
The combat, it's unquestionably fucking awesome. It's a power fantasy playing once again as the Space Marine Blue Man group. So pretty much like Space Marine in that regard. Except in Space Marine, you waddled around like fat bastard thrashing orcs. Whereas this time, you're bee-hopping through levels at 40 miles per hour, thrashing just about every other flavor of heretic. Except for the only
heretic that matters.
Who?
I'm still waiting, baby doll.
Oh my gosh.
Our time will come.
No! Why does everybody always...
Now, it's an important thing to know that this is a simple game for simple men. You shoot things, and from time to time, you even slice them. Because Space Marines don't show up for diplomacy, they show up for demolition. They are the Mr. Clean of purging the unclean.
They are. In bare bones text, bro, they literally are.
The Walter White of state-sanctioned smite, the killers of anything that looks remotely different from them, and I'd say this game translated that simplicity very well because, God damn, I haven't beat this much meat since Kwanzaa. So if you're looking for RPG elements, mini-games, or choosing your own adventure, then...
I'm sorry. I didn't beat this much meat since Kwanzaa? Bro, you're wild.
Feel free to choose an adventure very fucking far away from this game. Still sticking around? Well, the next trial you must survive is the fact that this game...
Hang on, I gotta go back for a minute. I think I missed a joke, bro.
in your own adventure, then feel free to choose an adventure very fucking far away from this game. Still sticking around? Well, the next trial you must survive is the fact that this game moves faster than a homeless man on bath salts. Despite being called a boomer shooter and styled like the real boomer shooters, this game will melt the brain of most boomers faster than a melt-a-gun because of how relentless it is. You haven't seen someone take this many shots to the face in such rapid succession since last night when you were watching those films you like. And this game plays so hard and fast that people—
Who told you that?
Are actually bitching about it in the Steam reviews.
Really?
And you know what I have to say to that? I do not care.
Facts,
Because have you seen this chainsaw in action? Have you felt what it's like to edge your own death over a cliff while spamming the homing chainsaw? This game was made for me, alright? And if you have a problem with that,
then I have a problem with you.
And if you still aren't looking at this game like a Romanian looks at an unattended car, then allow me to introduce to you the taunt button.
Tear out your heart, spill your blood.
Peak gaming.
Making a mother of all omelets.
AKA the talk shit before you giblet every last goddamn Xeno on this planet.
Yes, sir.
And my favorite thing about these taunts is that you have the very extravagant, lore-filled ones like this. But then you also just have
Heretic.
When I learned of this button, I spammed it for 4 hours
until
I beat the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Moving on, let's talk about the weapons. Look at your peaches, now back at mine. Now back to your peaches, now back to me. These are my peaches after having used the heavy bolter for about 6 hours of this game. This shit breaks the sound barrier. 12 out of 10. Would happily get tinnitus again. Secondly, the melt-a-gun is just, I love this thing like a fat kid loves a buffet. You ever heard of the heart attack gun? Don't worry about it, it's a CIA thing. They'll show it to you someday. Well, anyways, this is the heart eraser gun. Because any Xeno's body that dare comes in the way of the Emperor's will be fucking erased thanks to this beauty.
Bro, you're just a one-man wrecking crew and it's so freaking awesome.
What else is beautiful? The grav gun. If this is the heart eraser, this is the identity eraser. You get killed by this thing, and it will disappear you from every school photo, every employee of the month picture, every thirst trap. Gone. Going Super Stalin on your ass. And trust me when I say you will need it because of these stupid goddamn bosses. Bro, I'll get back to that in a second. Because I can't leave the gun section without saying a heartfelt fuck the plasma gun. I was intending on elaborating, but
Okay, quick note. No one ever likes the plasma guns in any Warhammer game. Not in Space Marine 2, not in Space Marine 1, not in BOLTGUN, not even in the Sisters of Battle VR game. Like, bro, just nobody enjoys them.
Do that would be to acknowledge that this is a gun, and it's not.
It's a heretic in metal form that should be stripped down to the last bolt.
Moving into the stuff that I don't like about this game, where's the flamethrower? Do I ask much of you, Games Workshop? Do I, boy? Minus 10 points. I'm sorry. It's out of my hands. I just work here, Tony. Next, this level can go fuck itself, and I'm not gonna get into it, but just know that it's a giant vertical twisting, turning mess, and you have to keep finding your way back to this little place in the middle without a map, old lad. If I wanted to explore a pretzel, I'd go to Annie Ann's. American reference, God bless. Don't get me wrong, they took a good chance on the Malachi Crunch level and also the Rising Lava level because it was here that I got to confirm that the AI is completely brain dead. But as long as we're talking about things that I don't like, I hate just about every boss in this game with a goddamn passion. They're bullet spongy to all hell off.
That is the worst. That was one of the hugest issues also with the Doom Eternal, where a lot of bosses just became random bullet sponges for literally no reason, but we all just endured it.
Fight against, and most of all, this stupid goddamn bird can force choke you for all the health. Fine to fight against once, but when they use it one more time, or 2 more times, or fucking 3 more times, I'm feeling a
purging coming on, brother. That's right, you stupid big bird reject. Why don't you fly your Friday fillet ass on back to Elmo's dick? Oh, that's right, because you can't you're dead.
And unfortunately, I gotta wedge music into the cons because they didn't have any of these banger menu tracks blasting throughout the actual gameplay. And if I can't hear this music in the game, then I guess I'll just stay here in the menu.
This is the good life right here. This is why I go out there and purge the heretics from 9 to 5 so I can kick back.
It sounds like a Chevy ad.
Gnarly jams.
love it.
We really needed the rain.
I give this game 9 heavy bolters out of 10. We used to pray for games like these.
Yeah, for real.
Now, for 20 smackaroons, and I swear to the Emperor, compare this game to Gollum one more fucking time, and you know what? One
time is enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Exterminatus,
bitch. Man, it's such a good game. Okay, Exterminatus is insane. That means the planet's destroyed now.
Major thanks to the flock of pimps for funding all the Xeno
I love Space Marine. I really do. I love 40K. And it's so funny. I recently got into it. Well, I was into it in high school, but now I'm like back in more than ever. But holy crap, man. So fire. Actually, W review, and I highly recommend you guys to check it out if you've never played it. You'll have a blast.
Urging scene in this video, and another huge thanks to the many pimperers. I mean,
pimperers.
God,
I love that.
Damn, pimperers! You are all absolutely incredible, and I cannot express how much I appreciate all the fuel that you've put into this clown car. And now it is time for a very fucking huge knighting ceremony. By the kingdom of pimps and by my left nut, I decree the following pimps pimperer. Evan Do Things, the two-headed pimperer. Carsona, Manuel Santiago, Jesse Ritchie, and of course our hayseed has already been knighted, but you know what? I'll knight you again, pimp. Now rise, pimps, as pimperers. Alright, I love you. I gotta go.
W video, as always. Guys, do me a huge favor. If you love my reactions, then subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, man. I'm gone. Later.